today's topic is Genesis takeaways. So before we dig in, I would love to encourage you to actually be in the same journey as me and with me to read the Bible and meditate on the word. And obviously your pace can be different than mine, and my pace can be different than yours. But if you'd like to aim to read the whole Bible this year, aim to read 3 chapters per day. And if you don't have any physical copy of the Bible, download YouVersion Bible app and start from there, because it's for free and it's easy to find every version of the Bible. For example, NIV version, for example, Amplified version, for example, English Standard Version, ESV. So you can choose and you can start from there. And also, if you would like to just start with the verse of the day, there's the setting button, then you can choose and you can start from the verse of the day, because there will be the alert every day. And you can set the time as well. Let's say if it's 7 a.m., you can set it at 7 a.m. There's going to be the alert every day at the same time every day. And so I finished the New Testament 4 times, finally. and my heart was drawn to go back to the Old Testament, because I would love to learn more about God. And obviously we learn from the history and from the biblical characters. And when I dig deeper on the Old Testament, my honest feedback, my honest opinion is that Old Testament was really hard for me to really digest, because first of all, it's very historical, with all of the names, with all of centuries, with all of different story. It's more like fictional story to me. I mean, the plots, how it is written, obviously it's the real story, but that's how I felt. And so therefore, because fiction is not my type of the tea, even though I read it last year one time, I didn't want to really go back to the whole Old Testament again. So, but thankfully, with the help of Holy Spirit, because with that yearning and desire to learn more about God, I started from Genesis again. And I wanted to share the major takeaways from Genesis. So your revelations, your personal rhema can be different, but some of the things that really stood out to me in a nutshell is that the obedience part. When there was obedience, for example, Abraham's obedience, there's blessings, because God's heart, Abba Father's heart, is to bless us and to multiply us, to increase us. So when Abraham, even when God ordered him to use his only son, Isaac, as his burnt offering, he obeyed. Just simply obey. He didn't complain. He didn't say any question. He didn't say anything back to him, but just simply obeyed. That trust, that heart. And I was like my mind was so blown away. And the very moment when he was about to do that, God said, I think it was the angel, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. I think that was more like a test and trial to check Abraham can really obey promptly and fully as instructed. So that blind obedience, that really blew my mind. And I pray that, Lord, like Abraham's full and prompt obedience, I want to have that. I want to have that obedience. I want to have that obedience. And yeah, And then therefore his descendants were blessed. And yeah, I wanted to share that with you. And so obedience, and the reward was blessings multiplying and increasing the portion. And that is number one. Number two, Jacob and Esau. So obviously Esau was the first child. Jacob, they were twin. I didn't know that, but Jacob came later, and Jacob asked for the birth certificate, birthright to Esau. And Esau didn't know the importance of that birthright. So he just sold it because he was so hungry. And Esau was a hunter. So he's very active guy with no brain, with no wisdom. So he sold the birthright to Jacob, and therefore Jacob received the blessings. And obviously, yes, thanks to his mom's help as well. And I've thought about the prudence, I've thought about the careful decision that is required in our life. We may think it lightly and we may decide it like that, like Esau, but you know what? Every moment there should be that prudence, and think there should be caution, because it is written, be cautious always, right? So we don't want to be that Esau selling the birthright because he didn't know the full meaning of it and the value of it, so he sold it for that lentil soup, for that one meal. So that was like another I heard about this story a lot, but when I was just reading and meditating on these Bible verses, like, wow. And then Jacob needed to ask the Lord, ask God, because Esau was so angry and try to damage Jacob. Jacob asked God, I won't let you go unless you give me that blessing. I need that protection from you. I think that's the type of prayer we need to really fervently ask for. Lord, I won't let you go until you give me that blessing that is part of mine. And obviously that's Father's heart, to bless us and multiply us. But to be blessed, we actually need to be obedient, to really listen to his instruction and follow his lead, because that is righteous. We have the same attributes of God. And why would God try to bless someone who is evil? That is against God. That is against his instruction, right? And Noah. Noah actually was the very one who, I was so shocked to read this Bible verse. And because Adam and Eve, they were deceived by the snake, and that really changed the whole humanity history. And I was so sad to read this Bible verse. Genesis chapter 6, the sin, humanity, number 6. Yes. The Lord regretted that he had made mankind on the earth, and he was deeply grieved in his heart because of the disobedience from Adam and Eve and deceived by the snake. It was so sad to read this Bible verse. But Noah became the reconciliation agent. See Genesis chapter 6, verse 8 to 9. But Noah found favor and grace in the eyes of the Lord. These are the records of the generations family history of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, one who was just and had right standing with God, blameless in his evil generation. Noah lived in habitual fellowship with God. And chapter 8, verse 20 to 21, Noah built an altar to the Lord and took of every ceremonially clean animal and of every clean bird and offered burnt offerings on the altar. The Lord smelled a pleasing aroma, a soothing, satisfying scent. And the Lord said to himself, I will never again curse the ground because of man. For the intent, strong inclination, desire of man's heart is wicked from his youth, and I will never again destroy every living thing as I have done. See? Noah became that reconciliation ministry, that agent between mankind and the God, when God was so regretted and so grieved in his heart. Why did I create the mankind? I missed this part when I chew on the word last year. And this is God's heart. Genesis chapter 9, verse 7 and 13. As for you, be fruitful and multiply. Populate the earth abundantly and multiply in it. I set my rainbow in the clouds, and it shall be a sign of a covenant between me and the earth. The symbol of rainbow in the cloud. So Noah got that blessings, and God said, be fruitful and multiply. Populate the earth abundantly and multiply in it. This is God's heart. And Genesis 12:2, and I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you abundantly, and make your name great, exalted, extinguished, and you shall be a blessing, a source of great good to others. And I will, 12:3, I will bless you, do good for, benefit those who bless you, and I will curse that is subject to my wrath and judgment, the one who curses, despises, dishonors, and has contempt for you. And in you, all the families, nations of the earth will be blessed. So all of generations that have the righteous mindset were blessed, whereas the evil ones were actually, for example, Lot. Sodom and Gomorrah, it was their, unfortunate incident. So Abraham, Lot needed to part it their way because it didn't work out. And it was really interesting that Abraham, because he's the blessing family line, he just let Lot go wherever you would like to go, and yielded first, right? And it's not about the location, it's not about the direction, it's not about the name of the specific city, it's the person. It was because it was Abraham, wherever he go, because God was with him. Wherever he go, he was prosperous, he was blessed, because he was the righteous and he was pleasing inside of God. So I wanted to share all this with you. And also Jacob, obviously, yes, Jacob has that blessings. Obviously, Jacob's son Joseph also have that righteousness of God, that attribute. And he needed to go to prison even though he was innocent because of the malicious women. But in the end, he's been used to glorify his kingdom. So because of the alarm, I want to cut it short, and I want to share this one all with you. And I hope this is helpful. And if it has, please share this episode with your friends and families, and also share the comments with me. And thank you so much if you made this far, and thanks for your kind understanding around the alarm system as usual. Have a great day. God bless you. We love you.